We never need plumbers until our toilets overflow or there's no water. Indoor plumbing and waste disposal is something we take for granted. In the end, we need plumbers to sort out the big problems, but plumbers can also make mistakes, especially beginners. Here are the plumbing mistakes beginners make and how to avoid them. At number 11, not having the right tools or parts. To execute their duties properly, professional plumbers use a variety of instruments that might cost thousands of dollars. Even then, they may need to order specialized tools for certain projects from time to time. The majority of households do not have repair budgets that are sufficient to purchase all of the necessary tools. As a result, they make do with the limited number of tools at their disposal. Using the incorrect tools will result in more expensive repairs in the future. In the event that you're new to plumbing repairs, you won't know which parts to purchase. Online resources can provide you with a good starting point for your shopping list. The problem is that the plumbing in your home may be different from that described in the instructions. You'll waste money on goods that will not function properly. A plumber with years of experience will be able to adjust to the unique plumbing problems that you may be experiencing in your home. They keep spare components on hand in case of any plumbing problems that may arise. When they don't have the part in stock, they know how to get it as soon as possible. At number 10, not turning off the water. Many first-time plumbers believe that they can simply leave the water running while swapping out a new valve. Yeah, that rarely works out for the best. It is possible that you will have to flood the room with water if you're unable to install the new valve or faucet. The water will also drip down to the lower floors if you cannot attach the new valve or faucet. Is it really worth it to risk thousands of dollars in property damage when it only takes a few more minutes to turn off the main water supply valve? Plumbers with years of experience turn off the water. You should do the same. Find the location of the main water shutoff in the home. Number 9. Mismatching threaded fittings. When you attempt to install a new gas range or gas dryer, you notice that the iron pipe threads and flare compression threads are not the same length. Eventually, this results in a leaking gas connection, which poses a fire threat. You should get a gas connector kit that includes all of the specific fittings you'll need to construct a gas-tight connection between the wall and the appliance, as this is the most secure option. Number 8. Skipping the primer. Remember to prime all of your PVC pipes and fittings before you start gluing them together. The primer removes solvents and grime from the surface of the plastic and breaks down the shiny outer layer of the plastic, softening it. As soon as the glue is applied, the two surfaces of the plastic link together, creating a junction that is completely watertight. You can only skip the primer if you use a glue or primer product that is a combination of two, such as this one. However, if you intend to utilize this on a plumbing job for which you have obtained a construction permit, you should first check with the town's plumbing inspector to see if this is appropriate. Number 7. Not back holding. A pair of wrenches, one for each hex fitting, is required for tightening two hex connections together. You won't be able to properly tighten the connection unless you have two wrenches on hand. Over-tightening one side of it will cause the other side to become under-tightened. This pipe wrench can be used to hold a hex fitting onto a piece of pipe while it is being tightened. Alternatively, a V-jaw tongue and groove pliers such as this well-known type from Chenalock can be used. Number 6. Over-tightening new plumbing pieces. When it comes to connecting plumbing pieces together, tighter is not necessarily better, as many people believe. It's understandable that you want to ensure that the new pipes don't leak, but going too far can have unintended repercussions. Plumbing supplies, despite their appearance, are not designed to resist a great deal of abuse. If you put all of your weight on tightening a threaded ABS fitting, it will crack. It is not recommended. The cracked fitting shifts as a result of temperature fluctuations over time, and the crack becomes wider. Then one day you're doing the dishes and a deluge of unclean water pours into the room. It's a costly mistake to clean up and fix the damage done the first time. Number 5. Using a dull tubing cutter. Inevitably, the wheel on a tubing cutter will become dull, and when this occurs, the cutter will either leave a rough edge, which can result in an improper joint and a leak, or you will have to force the cutter to cut, forcing the tubing out of round, both of which will result in the same result, a leak. The cutter should not be thrown away. Purchase a replacement wheel that is compatible with your cutter. Number 4. No ventilation for drains. In order to drive water out to the main sewer line, drain pipes must balance air and water pressure. Vents are installed by plumbers in order to equalize the pressure in the drain pipes. The majority of homes are constructed with vertical vents that exit through the roof. Older homes frequently lack vent covers, which results in obstructions in the air conditioning system. What is the best way to tell whether your vent is clogged? The drain will gurgle and move at a snail's pace. It's preferable to leave the cleaning of a clogged vent to a trained professional plumber. They have the necessary equipment to make working on the roof a more secure endeavor. At number 3, heating the solder, not the copper. When soldering copper tubing together, it's easy to make a clumsy mistake. First-timers make the mistake of heating the solder rather than the copper, under the mistaken belief that they would simply melt the solder into the connection as they work. That is not the way things work. The solder will undoubtedly be melted by the torch, but it will not flow into the connection. The important thing is to heat the copper until it is hot enough to melt the solder, which takes time. When this occurs, the solder will wick into the joint and solidify. Number 2. Relying on drain cleaners. Keeping the drains clear is the simplest form of plumbing maintenance you can perform. At the very least, water drains must be capable of handling 2 gallons of water per minute. If they're unable to keep up, your sink or shower will become clogged. When it comes to cleaning a drain, the first thing that comes to mind is to reach for a chemical drain cleaner. It's understandable given how simple they are to use. The disadvantage of chemical drain cleaners stems from the same factor that makes them so effective. These powerful toxins chew through anything in your drains, even your hair and your clothing. If you use them too frequently, those chemicals will begin to eat away at your drain pipes. Locating and repairing a burst drain pipe beneath your home is a time-consuming and expensive endeavor. When your drains get sluggish or blocked, use a drain snake to clear them out. Snakes are useful to have on hand in case of an emergency because they are inexpensive. When using a drain snake, avoid exerting excessive effort on the device. If you're too rough with it, you could cause the drain pipe to crack. At number 1, improper P-trap installation. A P-trap is a U-shaped pipe that is positioned below the drain assembly to prevent clogging. A water barrier between the drain and the home is created by this component. When the P-trap is installed at an angle, the water that is contained within drains. The identical problem can be caused by a cracked P-trap. The trap must be able to contain at least 2 inches of water in order to be effective. In the P-trap, the presence of water prevents sewer gas from entering your home. Minor exposure to these gases does not result in any significant health consequences for the individual. Long-term exposure to sewer gas may result in the following symptoms: nausea, vomiting, fatigue, problems remembering, and headaches. What is the quickest and most accurate technique to determine whether your P-trap is restricting sewer gas? The odor of rotting eggs will permeate the affected area. The source of this odor is hydrogen sulfide, which is the major component of sewage gas. If you're already a plumber running your own business or just about to start and grow your own plumbing business, you must learn the 4 critical things plumbing business owners wish they had learned before starting a plumbing business so you don't make the same mistakes. Plumbing Accelerator has put together a free training video that you can watch right now that will show you exactly how to start, grow, and build your plumbing business the right way so you can consistently guarantee profitable work, free up your time, all whilst reducing stress levels and allowing you to have a sustainable and more profitable business that works for you. In this free training video, you will also learn how to generate a steady stream of jobs on demand and with predictability month after month in your local area without relying on word of mouth and referrals, how to stop competing on price with other plumbers and escape your competition, how to convert at least 90% of your quotes and estimates into sales, and how to command premium prices and attract high-quality customers that will be happy to pay more. Click on the link in the description below the video. Thank you for watching.